I read that it was like banned in certain countries because of the smell. Like it's not allowed to be served in restaurants because it's offensive.
Oh, wow. The texture is terrible.
Yeah, I imagine that this would be like what raw chicken is like if you were to take a bite of it, like just very mushy, and it doesn't have a good flavor.
You ask someone, I got to remodel a kitchen, I got to remodel a bathroom. They just think dollar signs,
Oh yeah.
right? I mean, a kitchen could be $30,000 to $50,000 easily to remodel, but that's a gut.
Hi, I'm Angie Sandoval with J&J Financial, and I'm back with another episode here with Kris Hillman.
How's it going?
So today, Kris is a really good sport, and he is going to be answering some questions about his business and how he approaches real estate and clients, all while he eats durian with me.
Oh, man.
So, are you familiar with what this is?
I've never had it. I've heard stories.
What have you heard?
It smells. And the texture is funky. And both of those, I'm not the biggest fan of. I've kind of become accustomed to bahok, which is kind of the same. It's a fermented fish.
That is not the same. This is fruit.
It's the same in a sense that it stinks, but the taste is really good. You mix it with anything, it tastes amazing. So I'm hoping it's the same here, where the smell is bad, but it tastes okay. We'll find out.
I read that it was like banned in certain countries because of the smell. Like it's not allowed to be served in restaurants because it's offensive. So I've never had it either, and I'm excited to try it. I like to try things that are supposed to end well. So supposedly the flavor is really, really good. We just have to get past the initial smell.
I feel sorry for your next person you're gonna have in here. It's gonna stink.
Well, you gave me some ideas with whatever that. What was that fish? I don't know. Yes, bahok. So I have gloves here for us because I also read that it can make your hands stink.
Great.
So
Let's do this.
I don't know what it's gonna do to your breath later for when your whisper misses, but we will see.
I was already worried I had garlic breath, and this is gonna be a good combo.
Okay. So I think, what do? You think you want to just go for it and then we'll start with the questions?
Let's do it. There's no turning back now.
Okay. It kind of smells funny as it starts to defrost. So
It also looks like raw chicken. Listen.
Oh, do you smell that?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So everybody.
We're having a chicken roast here.
Chicken. Oh, okay. So you want to describe what you're smelling?
Like he left. To be honest, I expected worse. But
Me too. It stinks though.
it's like if you had just food out for a week that's supposed to be refrigerated, it kind of has that smell.
Yeah, absolutely. And this right here.
It looks like mold, but it's not.
Okay, I promise I don't poison my guests. But I should also. Oh God.
Help it.
Okay, right. Before you take your first bite, let me ask you a question. I smell stuff, so I'm gonna have to smell.
No, you heat it up so it's warm as well.
No.
On the bottle, it's warm. Okay.
Okay. I promise we have a reason to be here other than eating this stuff. So, one of the questions I have for you is, I've been following your career. You've joined your wife Saram in real estate, and I thought it was really interesting that you guys kind of take a different approach to real estate. I love that you offer your clients the ability to, turn their homes into something a little bit nicer so that they can get higher profit margins. But you also do it like when they close escrow. And so you kind of got this Chip and Joanna Gaines thing going. So I want to know, what's your approach to a project? How do you decide when a client needs that?
Yeah, so for us, 100% on the Chip and Joanna. It just became natural. Saram, is a rock star in the real estate world. I'm, dealing with clients, showcasing it, staging it, whatever it may be. But there's a different approach to it that a lot of people don't want to get their hands dirty. They don't know the process that, is a part of it. And if you know the tools and you know the process, it's not scary. So I like to take an approach where it is a little bit of teaching, but I'm happy to jump in too. And because for them, if they realize, oh, I can replace all the doorknobs for them when we close, I can install lights, that gives them a little bit more comfort of, oh, we can do this and it's not overwhelming with the work we have.
That's pretty cool. So you're talking about like buyers then, once they own the home, rather than walking into, oh my God, this is like a major fixer upper, you kind of bring them a little comfort of like, this is easy. We can do these things here and there.
Yeah. I mean, on the buyer side and then even on the listing side too. I mean, if people want to sell their house, it's like, what can you do, to get it ready? And if it's replacing doorknobs or replacing a light fixture and they're like, we don't want to hire people, it's too much. I will help them. I can do that. It's not hard to do.
Yeah.
And so just jumping in sometimes goes a long way.
Yeah, and buyers are already emptying out their pockets to buy the house. So
No, it's already
how
scary.
you do that is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, scary. Yeah, cheers. Like knuckles. Oh, wow. The texture is terrible.
Texture and taste.
I think I'm good with just one bite. I'm not jealous of you guys. Oh my God.
I don't know what to compare it to.
It has like custard. Very,
And like mashed potatoes.
yeah, yes. Mashed potatoes, custard.
Which is kind of fitting. It's almost to Thanksgiving, and it's like giving me. Why is it?
It doesn't taste good either. Okay.
It's 100%. It's very awkward. I'm not a big fan of weird textures, and this is right along that side. But
Yeah, I imagine that this would be like what raw chicken is like if you were to take a bite of it, like just very mushy, and it doesn't have a good flavor. I'm sorry, all those people who lied and said it was like melon. Okay, all right, so
I don't know. Yeah, not melon. I don't get that.
no, I'm not getting that either.
No.
Okay, so my next question for you is, when you're walking into a project and you're helping somebody, let's say, list their home,
Okay.
how do you determine like value versus what you're asking them to do? Like if you're telling them they should do A, B, and C, replace floors or upgrade a kitchen, like do you go that far or?
Yeah, it's all perception, right? And perspective when people walk into a house. If you're listing a property, what are the people that, if you have an open house or if they want to come in and check it out, what are they going to see first, right? If it's adding vinyl flooring and removing some carpet that's been there forever, that's not that difficult to do and it doesn't cost that much. Where do most people spend most of the time? In the kitchen, right? And there's things, every time you ask someone, oh, I got to remodel a kitchen, I got to remodel a bathroom, they just think dollar signs.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, a kitchen could be $30,000 to $50,000 easily to remodel, but that's a gut. For most of the time, that's a gut of a kitchen and a rebuild. But what they don't understand is if you just add new doors to your cabinets, if it's an old house, most of the time it's oak cabinets, so the blinds are good. Just add new doors and then maybe a countertop, but keep the cabinets, you can save a ton of money. I mean, you're talking...
Refacing?
Yeah, a little bit of a reface, but it's not a complete gut, but it makes it look fresh. You're adding new paint, and then when you add the vinyl flooring, you run it into the kitchen, so now that's new. And then adding hardware is not hard either.
Is that something you do or you just hire somebody to do it?
On all our properties, I've done it on our own personally, and install that, research.
You're an investor too. You got a few. You're on.
Yeah, I do a little bit of that. But it's not difficult. It just takes time. And if you do it right and you get the client or, people we work with interested, they can see past it and go, okay, it's not 30, it might be 10,000.
Oh my God, save X. I'm gonna have you come over to my house. I've been trying to get a new kitchen from my husband for the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's not difficult. And so, yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, so okay, so here's my next question. I know you haven't always been in real estate. So you've been in for a few years, and honestly, in the time that you've been in, because I've known Saram for a few years now, I've got to see when you guys first got together to where you're at today, and how you came into the real estate market. What made you want to jump into the real estate market?
I think it's personal experience. About 5 years or 6 years ago, I invested in 2 properties and sold those 2 as well. It was a journey on the first one. I know.
Let's cover that up while we talk. So I have an hard time focusing the smell. Go ahead.
No, I mean, it's just personal experience and going through the process. I'm realizing, for years and years, I've seen people buy property. I'm like, I can never do that. I can't afford that. And when you realize, speaking to someone like you and getting pre-approved, oh, wait, no, I can actually afford this and get into it. So I got my hands dirty right before COVID and I enjoyed the process. I like getting into a property that's mine. And because growing up, I've always done my own work, but my dad taught me how to fix everything in a house. So I was like, okay, now I got my own house. I can fix it myself.
Yeah.
So I got my hands dirty, and yeah, I love that side of it, the construction side. And so when I met Sarong, I was like, this kind of works hand in hand. I'd done the process. I know the contracts. I know what to look forward to, and at each step of the way. Mm-hmm. And now with partnership, let's bring them together, and so it got me excited.
Yeah, and I love that because you're talking about, you're not somebody who's been in real estate for 10, 15 years, because when you're talking to people like that, it can seem intimidating when you're brand new and you've never done it. But we're talking about you having, just a few years of doing it for yourself personally, and then having success in flipping that over to doing it for others. So
yeah, 100%. And for me, the real estate side, doing the work for others, that is new. But I love working with people. I've been in the hospitality industry for about 12 years before that, working at all different types of hotels. And so, for one, I just like talking and working with people. So,
you're open to new experiences.
Man.
Well, okay, so before we end this, I wanted to ask, I know you guys just did a really cool project over in Linden. Tell me more about that, because it came out so beautiful. Not only did you go into this property to revitalize it, it was a timepiece also. It was from a certain era, and you guys kind of stuck to that whole theme. It came out so nice.
Yeah. For one, we came into it and go, okay, it's old. Right? it has an old look, right? But that's an historic piece. You want to capture that.
Yeah.
And you can't go in and just gut it and put a brand new everything in it. I want a waterfall island, and it's going to be marble everywhere. It's it doesn't fit the vibe of this, historic building. It's in the 20s. So for us, we kept the original tile on the floor, but it's just in a certain area. So it still has that vibe during that time, but then we added new flooring that complements it. We added a paint that, shows really well, and it looks clean, but it doesn't look out of place. Yeah. And then the cabinets too. We gutted the whole kitchen. Luckily, it wasn't a huge kitchen. So part of this project was we gutted it and replaced everything from scratch.
I'll have to connect this video over to some of the before and after pictures, because I was super impressed, considering isn't it like Art Deco or something, that building? So did you have to do, I'm assuming you did research for that, right?
Oh, for sure.
Try to stay true to that theme? For
sure. And I'm not going to take credit for any of the design. My better half, my wife, that's her world. She's an expert there, and so I was the one building the cabinets and putting them in.
You're Joanne.
Yeah, exactly.
She's Joanne. I love it.
Yeah, 100%. So I was installing toilets. I was doing all the faucets, putting in garbage disposal, all that stuff.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your handiwork. So I'll make sure to share some of the pictures with you guys so you can see the before and after. Kris and Saram are an excellent real estate team. They're very professional, but also super down to earth, lots of fun to work with, and very knowledgeable about cost, taking something from nothing and turning it into a home, basically. So that's what I was really excited about having him here with me today. So thank you for being a good sport and trying this with me. Oh, and maybe we'll have you back for, I forgot what you called it, but I'm going to write it down at the end of this. Mohawk, yes. All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Angie Sandoval with J&J Financial. I'm your lending person, so if you ever need anything, feel free to reach out. My information will be below. And Kris, I'll also be putting his information below. All your real estate needs, he is your go-to.
Cool.